Okay, we are live with Roblox Studio Live number 3. And I'm excited about this one because we were having some technical problems before, as is expected with anything new.
Mhm.
But it seems like hopefully things are going to work out. Fingers crossed. Uh, I'm going to try to not jinx it. But yes. So the plan for today is to wait a couple of minutes for people to come in. But we are going to be, oh, people have already started to come in. We got one person on YouTube joining us. Hey there, YouTuber. Feel free to give us a little comment today. I'm going to set up a little caption so people know what's happening today because we're going to do speed run. How should we write this, Jay? Like speed run of like features or um,
Yeah. Um, just speed running Roblox Studio.
speed running. Yeah, that's a good one. Roblox Studio. Um, write your requests in the comments. And speed running, is that 2 words or 1 word? I think it's 1 word, right?
One word, yeah.
Yeah. Speed running. There we go. So what we're doing today is we're going to be giving Jay some challenges so that he can implement different things in Roblox Studio, thereby teaching us in varying degree of difficulty how Roblox Studio works. So we're gonna
Mhm.
start off super simple, creating a little block, changing the color through programming, and then go from there. So we can do, if you touch the thing, you are killed, and then you can do like decreasing health when you touch it so you don't die immediately, and then so on and so forth. So if there's anything that you want to see, then let us know. We have Rob T PSYT. I don't know how to pronounce that, but I think you've been here before, so welcome back, Rob. I'll say Rob. Good to see you. And you are joining from Twitch, which is starting to become already a little bit of a popular channel, I think. So we have to make sure to keep putting out content there. So we are going to start in just a little. Oh, we got a comment from Rob. NPCs that kill you
If
if
you
you
get too
get
close.
too close and jump scare you if you die. What do you think, Jay? Is that a reasonable thing that we can get to today?
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. We can try
Okay.
that.
Okay. All right. So keep them coming. We got that. I'm going to show this up here for everyone to see. So NPCs that kill you if you get too close and jump scare you if you die to them. So, and as we're doing these, I want to just stress that there's always a way to take something that maybe looks a little complicated and make a simple version of it. So like an NPC can be a person coming towards you with some animation that can take a little while. I don't think we're going to get to that, but maybe an NPC can also just be a block that is moving around.
Mhm.
That's a simple version. And an NPC can also be a block that is not moving at all, and when you get too close to them you lose health. So this is a way. I don't know how you do it, Jab, but this is how I
Mhm.
think about things, is like, what is the absolute simplest version of this? Let's build that, and then
Mhm.
build the next version and next version, because I don't know about you, I'm not a genius, so I can't go to the super complicated stuff in one
Mhm.
jump. I have to, you know split it up into smaller pieces.
Mhm.
uh
Cool.
Rob is saying, I think I'm the only viewer here that I think there's more people, but you're the only person commenting. So I'm seeing that there are more people here. You're watching from Twitch. We also have on YouTube. So yeah, we're gonna start quite soon, and we're maybe gonna also just test a little bit. So maybe Rob, you can help us out here. Can I share your screen, Jack?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
share my screen.
there you go. So let's get rid of this thing, And Rob, maybe you can help us out here. Is it easy for you to see the screen and the screen share from Jay? And can you read everything? Or is it a little bit too small? Because you're the one watching, so you got to help us out here. Maybe we want to make the text size larger. You can see the screen, so it's good. Because we can also zoom in a bit and make the text larger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I guess like maybe you can go into the settings, Jan. Let's just test it out since we're, you know, before
Yeah.
we start. So just in case, I feel like it is pretty okay, but if you're watching on a smaller screen, it can be a little bit too little, maybe. I think you
Mm-hmm.
want to go into actually the Mac settings. So just like make everything larger.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Just give
just
me a
do
sec.
like settings for the Mac from the Apple icon thingy in the menu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
So you can just do your like the spotlight search that you were doing before and just do settings.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Hold on.
Wait, I'm gonna be away from keyboard for a bit, so I can't respond for a bit. That's okay, Rob. That's all right. Mm,
So
so
this
yeah,
group.
go ahead.
Yeah. Hold on.
So we
Mac.
have some comments here that you can see.
Mm-hmm.
So as we're waiting for yeah, there we go. I think our video position is also in a good place because the output is making it so that we're not hiding anything.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Hold on. Huh. It doesn't change the Roblox's, so I'll have to do it through studio
Oh,
settings.
okay. It doesn't do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
studio settings. Tab, it should be right here. Font, studio. General system.
And if you're joining us right now, new viewers, we're just about to start, and we're gonna do a little speed run of Roblox Studio today, starting super simple and going to more advanced stuff. And if there's anything in particular that you want us to cover, I'm basically not going to be doing that much work. I'm just going to be telling Jay what he should be creating. Um, yeah, so that's kind of the plan for today.
Okay. Ooh, wait. That just changed this.
Okay, Rob is back. Welcome back, Rob. Maybe you can try, Jay, just changing the resolution like we did last time. I think that's going to probably make it better.
It's already 1920 by 1080, but yeah.
It is already. Okay.
Laura, hold on.
I see.
Yeah. I'll make this a little bigger.
I'll ask ChatGPT how to do that actually on a Mac. If we want to make everything larger for good screen sharing during live stream, how to do that? Okay, I think I got it, Jack. I can help you out. So let's see. If you open up settings again, system settings, and show me on the screen.
Yeah, hold on. Ooh, not this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There you go. And then if you go to displays, yeah. And then if you go to, let's see, select larger text. So if you go to, does it say preset and then, yeah, larger text. Yeah, that's where it is.
Okay, wait.
Mm-hmm. Did it do that? Anything?
No, not with
No.
the
Okay.
this I did
Still,
manually.
it's kind of overrides that. Okay. You know
Mhm.
what? Let's not worry about that. Let's just keep it to what it was. Go back to system settings and just set it to what it was, and we'll just start.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Okay, we've got some more people joining. Okay, welcome people on Twitch. We have AI Roy. What is the request limitation? You know what? Just give us any request, and we're gonna take that and make it into something simpler, which we can actually cover in just a couple of minutes. That's the goal for today.
Hmm.
Take anything, but make a simple version of it, so you see how we think, and how to take anything and make going through the whole process of turning that into something that can be created in just a couple of minutes. So feel free to write anything. I mean, of course, there's going to be some limitations to that also. I mean, we can't just do anything, but feel free to write anything that you can think of now, and then we can kind of go through that process with everything. All right, so I'm gonna just take away the caption here, and we can start. So let's do the very first thing here, and we're going to keep it simple. And I'm going to create a timer for you, Jay.
Hmm.
So for each thing, we're going to try to keep it to less than 3 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. And so I'm going to keep, let's see, 3-minute timer on Google. Yeah, there you go. All right. So I think we're good, right? With everything? Yes. Okay. So make an NPC do a obby while doing 2,000 backflips per second. Well,
I
good
guess
one.
we could do the second part where an NPC does 2,000 backflips per
Yeah,
second. But
there you go.
yeah.
So, yeah, but keep them coming. I love that at AI, Roy. Just keep these requests coming. So, we're going to start with the first one, and we're going to keep it simple. So, Jay,
Hmm.
make a block that has a certain color in the beginning,
Hmm.
and then when you jump on that block, it changes to a different color.
Okay.
Your
All
time
right.
starts now.
All right. Started a bit early, but that's fine.
Okay, so you're making a little variable here inside of the
Mhm.
script. And we're attaching this little touched event on it, right? That only fires off
Mhm.
when something is touching that part. And inside, we're writing a function. And now we're like fetching the player, get the player from this part. And then if it is the player that is touching, because I guess it could be different things touching this block, any number of things, but we only want it so that it's the player playing the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. There we go. We got it. Nice. That was just over a minute. Very good. Well done. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to stop that timer. Well done.
AI Roy said, "Why not look for a humanoid?" I mean, we could. Yeah, that's how you do it most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
But here I just used a single line, which is just getting the player, and if it's a player, it's kind of the same thing. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Okay, so here's how we're going to do it, Jay. If you build out the whole thing from beginning to end, 3 minutes is not going to cut it. So we're going to build
Mhm.
on what we already have, okay?
Yeah, sure.
So the new challenge for you now is to make it so that instead of it, it will change the color, which is good. You can keep that.
Mhm.
Um, Actually, let's do this. Instead of changing the color when you touch it, you
Mhm.
should die.
All
Okay?
right.
So your time starts now.
Okay.
And Rob is saying, while you're doing this, you guys seem like pretty smart people. Thank you so much, Rob. That's so nice of you to say. I don't feel very smart most of the time, but that's very nice.
So now we're just gonna check if humanoid we actually got humanoid or not.
Mm-hmm.
Or,
All right, so we're getting the find first child, which is of type humanoid. So this is any humanoid playing the game. So it could be you or someone else. And there we go. We lose. Perfect. That was very good. 1:45 seconds actually. That's all it took you. So let's go into the code for a bit because we got more time here. And so what's
Mhm.
the key thing here?
So the key thing is to get the humanoid. Now there's so many ways you can get this. This
Hmm.
is like a waste of time. You can get the hit dot parent, check if it's a character, and then
Hmm.
from the character you get the humanoid, and then it's just like the humanoid health.
Hmm.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. The key here is to look for a humanoid based on what you get with the hit from the touched event.
Okay.
And then after that, you can set the health to 0 and change the color as
All
well.
right. Perfect. I'm going to ask you to do something, Jahir. If you can
Mhm.
right click and do the zoom in so the text becomes larger because it'll be easier to, because there's so much space that's not being used. Right
Mm,
click and then
well,
zoom in. There you go. I think, yeah, you can do command equals, I guess, on the keyboard.
there.
There we go. Much better. A little more, even a little more, I think.
Alright.
There we go. Perfect. Nice. Okay. You guys could just make a flashing effect for the jump scare. I don't know. That's a good idea, actually. That's a very
Yeah, I
good idea.
mean, the jump scare is not gonna be too hard to do, so I could also try to do that in 3
Mhm.
minutes. But
Let's
let's do
keep
that
going
after.
here. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get to those things. So I'm gonna keep that in mind, Rob. Here, okay. So
Mhm.
let's because we also want to make these into small videos that are easy to watch that kind of give you the basics of scripting in Roblox Studio. So let's restart the timer now, and for now, um, let's do it so that you don't die immediately, but you
Mhm.
lose a little bit of health.
Okay.
Okay, so let's start the timer now.
Alright.
And here you can also explain as you go.
So all I'm gonna do is just add a minus here and 10. But now if I play this, it's gonna run, very fast, and you'll see, hold on. If I go on top of it, it's gonna be very fast. Uh, every time, yeah,
There you
there
go.
you go. There's other ways to do this, but for right now, I'll just make it 1, so it looks like it's
Mhm.
kinda slow.
There you go. So I'm going to stop the timer. Very good. You're done with this. So this is something really cool about Roblox Studio is that you have something called health that is already defined and you're manipulating that property on the humanoid. You don't
Mhm,
have to create that yourself because if you're doing game development in something like Unity or 2D engines, you have to invent all of those frameworks from scratch yourself, and then you have to manipulate them as you go. What I like about Roblox Studio that all of these things, a lot of these things are already defined and you're changing them, which makes changing health much easier than if you had to change, the way that the health bar looks and everything, all those things, right?
mhm.
Yeah. So that's something as an educator, I've been doing this for 9 years now, teaching kids coding through game development. I really love about Roblox Studio is this aspect, also including a lot of other things. Okay, so we got this. Let's now go one step further. So
Mhm,
now let's okay. We now know how to kill the humanoid. Let's take away
mhm,
that, and what we're gonna do now is let's manipulate the block after we touch it in some way. So let's
mhm,
make it like move forwards or up into space or something like that.
mhm.
So we see that motion working. Okay.
Alright.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you 3 minutes starting now.
Mhm. So first of all, I'm gonna remove this for now. Hold on. So as when you touch it, right?
Yeah. So the task, AI Roy, was that when you touch the block, it should move, either move forwards or up or something like that. Oh.
It worked, but there's one really important thing that we forgot to do
Mhm.
was
There you go. Anchor true. Okay, let's see. Oh,
hold on.
it moved up. Is it possible to make it so that the humanoid moves with it?
Um, yeah, we could do that. Hold
Hmm.
on.
Okay, we got 2 minutes left. All right. Oh,
Mm,
okay,
It
that
did.
still worked. Like it did move.
Yeah, I'll
Hmm.
move it a little bit further up so you can
Hmm.
see it. And then after that, we'll try the one where the humanoid moves up with it as well.
Hmm.
So make it 3. So that way you guys can see it as well.
Right. There we go. Okay, so it moved. Perfect. That's awesome. So
Mhm.
I'm going to stop that. Very good. It only took about 90 seconds. So what's going on here?
So what's going on is that there's a property of the part called position, and you could manipulate the position and the orientation. And there's also something called C-frame, which is a little bit more complicated, but you don't even need to mess with that right now. If you just change the position. So this is the X position, the Y position, and the Z position. So all I did was to the part position. So there's two ways to do this. There's this. You can add the part position. You can add a by value to it. So here I put 0 and 0. It's just like vector addition.
Hmm.
But basically, what it means is that to whatever number this is, it's going to add 3 to it, and this is the data type that's used for position. It's just called a vector 3. And another way to like write this down is this. And I don't know if it's Python or something, but they also have something very similar where you
Hmm.
could just add this, and it's the same thing as what I typed before.
Yeah.
Mhm. And yeah, that's one way to do this, and that's all we're doing.
Perfect. Okay. Now let's go back and time for a new task. So now we've been able to now we've taken the position which is fixed when something is anchored to
Mhm.
another position in this space. Is there a way to make it so that it's kind of moving to that other position? So
Yeah.
like for
Yeah.
example, the player is standing on the block and is being lifted up like a, floating lift, taking it
Mhm.
to another position. You think you can manage that in 3 minutes?
Yeah, no,
All
that's
right,
very
let's do it. Okay, timer starts now.
yeah, you're right, AI Roy, it is tween service that we're gonna use. We could also use a while loop, but we'll just use the tween
Nice. Good
service
job,
instead.
AI Roy. Tween service. Okay, let's see if we can do this here.
I don't know, I'm typing really slow today, but
No worries. You're
we'll
doing a
see.
great job. So far, you've done it really well. So it's all good. Okay, we got tween info, tweeninfo.new. Okay, now we're entering into some more complicated territory with enums and all that type of stuff. And you know what? If you're watching this and you think, "Oh my gosh, what is enum? I don't understand." Don't worry about it. Just like write the code and enjoy the results of it, and then slowly you can go into it. You can read the documentation and all that kind of stuff, right? So what's happening here, it seems, is that we are kind of filling the tween info with some information, and it's going to do the whole job for us, taking in those parameters, basically, right?
Mhm.
Or arguments, maybe.
Yes,
Yeah.
I didn't have to fill out all of them, but I did anyways,
Hmm.
just so I can explain it later.
Okay, you're good. You're only done 1 minute 10 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So Rob says, I realized I'm not a coder and I understand nothing of this. You know what, Rob? I also don't understand a lot of this, and that's totally okay. All that matters is that you can make stuff work, and then through the process of making a lot of stuff work over time, you just learn stuff as a side effect. It's much better to learn that way, in my opinion, versus sitting and trying to understand everything from the first time that you see it. In my opinion, that's not very effective. And especially if you're young, it can seem a little bit hopeless, but years will go by and you'll just understand things. How is that for you, Jay? Is it similar?
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
agree with that.
So don't worry about that. It's similar to all of us. We got 1 minute left.
Yep, and I am done.
Awesome.
Just have to
Okay. And you're adding a little deep bounce, which you already know is going to be a problem because it's going to be too frequent. So nice.
Mhm.
Good, good, good. Okay, let's see. Let's test it out. Look at that go. Wow, that was smooth. Very nice. Very nice. Well done. Okay, timer stopped, and you have like 30 minutes, 30 seconds to spare.
We can make it even smoother if we just
Mhm,
change the script run context to client because tweens run better on the machine, the client machine,
mhm.
instead of the server. They
Okay.
just run smoother that way. Hopefully
Yeah.
this works.
Ooh. Now, let's take this moment to explain the difference from people because I think people have a difficult time understanding client versus server. What's
Mhm.
the real difference here? What did you just do?
So what I did was, so if you make a script, so just like a normal script, this is a script that's going to run on the server side instead of the client side. And whatever I, run in this script, it's going to be run by the Roblox servers. But if I have a client script, it's going to run on my computer. So the processing power in a like my computer is obviously going to be greater than the processing power on the server. And also what happens is when I tween on the server, it's going to send us the updated positions on the client instead. And the client, if you tween on the client, it's going to calculate the positions and it's going to be way smoother than, receiving the positions from the server.
Right. So Roy says a client is on the player's computer while server is on the game computer. Very good. So just again to make this distinction here, Roblox servers are around the world in many different countries, but it still takes a while to communicate from their servers all through the internet to you, right? And the communication has to go back and forth
Mhm.
versus you running the code on your computer and there not needing to be this back and forth communication. A
And I
lot more
think
information is able to be processed in the same amount of time, which is why it looks smoother.
And also, Rob had this idea of dragging an unanchored part with your cursor, like
Hmm.
telekinesis. And all I had to do, I mean, I just made it right here. It took me like 1 second.
Okay.
But inside of this part, you have to
Hmm.
make sure it's unanchored. But also, I just added a drag detector inside of it, which
Oh,
Roblox recently introduced, like in the last 1 or 2 years, I think.
oh, nice.
And you can play, and it works like,
No
yeah,
way.
normally. Yeah.
That's all you got to do.
Yep. And now I can drag it around.
Oh, nice. And that's also probably a client thing, right? Because that's also quite smooth.
Well, this is, something that's implemented by the server,
Okay.
by Roblox itself, so they optimized it really well.
I see. I see.
So I don't know exactly how they did it, but
Hmm.
if, it's just really well optimized.
Perfect.
I would say it's on the server side because this is supposed to be replicated for everyone,
Hmm.
but of course, it's Roblox, they
All right.
did a good job optimizing this for everyone.
Nice. Okay, let's keep going. We got that block that when we step on it, it takes us up. Let's try to do something fun, which is when it takes us to the end position, we are kind of catapulted up
Mhm,
so that we're kind of, like a trampoline or something that like there's a force that is applied when we reach the
mhm.
top. Let's do that.
Okay.
So you got 3 minutes starting now.
Alright. So, just gonna name this something different, it's easier that way.
Okay, there we go. So tween part completed already. That's already available as an event. And we're seeing the function inside of it, the part that we have already defined, right? Is we're using the assembly linear velocity, and then we're adding a vector of 10 on the y, so it should go there. You go, and it turns it into a trampoline. Okay, very nice.
Wait, I'll make it better. Hold on.
So
So
yeah,
it
it's
actually catapults you
45
up.
seconds. Let's see. So Rob says a part that when it touches you, your avatar and animation becomes frozen for 4 seconds. Then you instant respawn, and your avatar also has an ice effect when you're frozen. So we are making it move up after it's done. Okay. So, uh, I think Rob, we can do part of that. Maybe we can do that in parts. So a part when it touches you, your avatar and animation becomes frozen for 4 seconds. Let's do that first,
Mhm.
Jazz. So let's do a part that when you, yeah. So I'll give you, maybe we do a separate part for that then. It will be better,
Yeah.
or yeah. Okay,
Okay.
so timer starting now.
All right. So a part that touches you and you freeze when you touch it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
awesome. All right, perfect. And we're using the AI thing, which makes us go
Yeah.
faster, which is good. And here we go. Humanoid dot walk walk speed. So basically, this is a really good example. Is that it's just like manipulating objects. It's object oriented programming, right? You have objects and you manipulate them, and that has a visual effect that you see. It's really not much more than that. I mean, there's a million of different things that you can do, but it's kind of what's happening here. Frozen ice dot material equals enum material, and you're looking through the, and you're defining it to be glass, and you're okay. So are you going to put like a glass frozen thing around the player?
Yeah. I'll
Nice,
try to. Yeah.
nice, nice, nice. So this is kind of a nice thing that happens over time when you're a coder over years and years, is that you can take very specific visual stuff that other people can see and relate to, and you can, in your brain, you can create this mapping to a very specifically well-defined, precise language that can create that visual stuff. And you have in your brain a mapping between the visual stuff and the text, mathematical, physical stuff, physics stuff. And that is where the magic happens, because that's what Jay is doing right now, because he's been doing this for millions, millions of iterations over years and years. And this is magical to see, in because it takes a while to get this good. So if you're watching this and feeling bad because you're not here yet, I mean, how long have you been programming in Roblox Studio, Jay?
More than 5 years
More
now.
than 5 years. There you go. Frozen. You can probably put a little transparency on that too, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So we're gonna stop this. Very good. That was also under 3 minutes. But
Mhm.
let's see. AI Roy says part dot touch if humanoid health equals 0. Yeah, yeah. So you managed to do it too, AI Roy. Thanks for sharing. Perfect. Very good. So um, let's see here. What can we do next? I think we got a good like 20 minutes more that we can do. I think it's possible for you to freeze your animations as well.
Mhm.
Is that
Yeah,
possible, Jay?
it
Yeah.
is possible
Mhm.
to do that. We'll just have to see. Hold on. I was just making this better because the
No
screen.
worries. No worries.
Oh,
Oh,
that part was unanchored, so
yeah. No, no, no problem. That's looking pretty good. So yeah. So Rob says that, is it possible also said that, the animation freezes. So we go
Mhm,
like for 4 seconds, we go,
mhm.
oh.
See, animation freezing.
So
Hold
like
on.
basically the humanoid is
The
not kind of
animation. Yeah, yeah,
standing
yeah.
and doing this
Mhm.
standing animation, yeah?
Yeah. So let me just make this anchored first. And then sometimes what I do is I add my own avatar, um, just for, just to look at the parts inside of it.
Mhm.
So here you can reference this. You can use this because all the players inside of Roblox Studio, they have the same exact structure. Unless you obviously have a custom character, then it's different. But inside of here, we have the humanoid, and inside of the humanoid, we have the animator, which we can use for freezing the animation or not being animated.
Mm.
So here I'm gonna access the animator. This humanoid. We could also use a humanoid, I believe, but I'm gonna have to check. And here, what I'm gonna do is add a humanoid like this. Stop animations. Stop all animations, was it? Freeze. Hold on.
Okay,
Share.
while you're doing that, I'm going to read up AI Roy's latest comment. So, coming from a 5 year scripter, could I get some tips? I've been learning coding through a course and it's going well. I am learning and I'm understanding stuff. I'm recapping, practicing much more, and now I'm currently working on a game in the course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe you want to finish this up and just like some general tips we can do for like learning to code, I guess, and maybe
Mm-hmm.
some more Roblox Studio specific. Very good question, Roy. I think that's going to be very helpful to a lot of people watching.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you been scripting AI, Roy? Has it been weeks, months, days? Let us know where you are. Underrated streamer, not gonna lie. Thank you so much. Um, thank you so much. We hope to, get more people watching over time, but it's very cool to hear that from you already. Yeah. Mm, let's see. So while Jay is making this work, I'm going to share some of my tips because I'm maybe not an expert Roblox Studio programmer, scripter. I'm still learning, but I have been coding in general for a while and just building stuff on the computer. And so I can share some tips, but let's see if it works here or not. No. If it's too much to do now, we can skip over it too, Jay.
Yeah, no, it's just sometimes I forget to. It's not like I remember everything,
Yeah.
but this is deprecated right now, so there's a new way to do this,
Hmm.
and I'm gonna try
Okay.
animator again.
So
But
you keep trying then if you feel like we can do it because it's a kind of a nice thing I guess to show off.
mhm,
So 3 months you've been doing it, AI Roy, somewhat giving that I took major breaks. Okay, cool. That's so you're still more in the beginner level, but you have already built quite a few things, I guess. Here are my tips for learning when it comes to anything really, but programming also. You have to focus on building things every day, even if you only have 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So there is a habit that you're building, there is a reprogramming of the brain that you're doing. Your brain is learning to think like a programmer. That's not an easy thing. So you need to every day be like, I'm going to build a little thing. For example, you can build one of the things that Jay built in the stream during the stream, a little trampoline or something like that. That's all. Only 10 minutes. If you got more time, do more. But just do something, build it, and then be done with it. Don't be too focused on learning exactly all the syntax to know what this is doing, because that's too much for the brain to be able to decipher. There's so many layers to technology. Like there's stuff that was built 10, 20 years ago, on top of which the new thing has been built, on top of which the other thing, three, four, five, six, and then you're building on top of that again. So
mhm,
learning all of that stuff will take a very long time. Not everyone, no one knows all of that, right? But that comes over time. But just be
mhm,
focused on the building. Like just be like, I'm going to build something every day. And that is what you just continue working on. Like, 15 minutes, then half an hour, and then soon enough. The way that I measure myself, how good I am, is this way. And I know that this is a little bit scary for a lot of people. For me, my test is, if someone asked me to do something, would I be able to do it live with an audience like what Jay is doing right now without much help? So if I'm having to look up everything using an AI, then I don't know it well enough. But can I do it mostly myself, but just look up some stuff that I don't remember? Can I do the whole thing myself or not? When I make online courses, whether it's for Roblox Studio or anything else, the way that I know that I'm ready to record the final thing is, can I press record and spend however many hours it takes me to go from the first moment in the course to the very last video in the course? I do it all in one go without any notes. If I can do that, then I know it. Then I can make the course. That is my test for how good I am at something. And when you record yourself, like for example, right now, we're doing this live and Jay has to do everything on the spot. That's not that easy. Is it very easy, Jay, to just think on the spot?
No. It's all right. It's the good practice for me as well because it kind of reminds me of the basics. But
There-
yeah, as you can see, there's part of this which is not working, and if you give me like 10 minutes of time, I would be
yeah.
able to like debug this and figure out what's wrong. Because obviously, I'm doing this in the most simplest and fastest way possible. If I
Mhm.
were to be doing this for like a game or something,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be doing it like this.
Yeah.
You
And
know.
this is a great example actually. I'm glad that we ran into this here. And AI Roy is saying thanks, I'm taking it all in. Very cool. Um, the thing is that when you are sitting down and just quote unquote studying, nothing is happening. It's a very vague amount of things that are happening because you like do something and then you watch a little Netflix and you go a little on Instagram and then you play a little Roblox and you do a little this and that, and but when someone tells you you have 3 minutes to build this feature live on Roblox, doesn't your brain start really working in a different way, Jay?
Yeah. No. At this point, it's just like try to do it as fast as possible.
Exactly.
And
And
if you
then you
make
go, oh,
mistakes,
I need to make
yeah.
decisions. I can't do this very big thing that'll take me half an hour. I got to make a
Mhm,
simpler version of that. The brain automatically starts working on those things, right? I mean,
mhm.
if you have an exam coming up and all you got is 3 hours, you got, oh my God, okay, I need to do it now. And it automatically starts working. So what I try to do is put myself intentionally in those positions so I have to end up doing the thing. So part of the reason why we're doing the stream every week is because I need to learn Roblox Studio, and I know that Jay is really good at it. And so I thought, well, what is a way where I can, get a better relationship with Jay, a working relationship, I can also learn more complicated stuff, advanced stuff of Roblox Studio. And at the same
Mhm.
time, we can get more audience from around the world that start following stuff and get our content. So I thought, oh, well, let's kill three birds with one stone. And so uh why are you giving a lecture though, Rob? That's a good question. I just end up doing that sometimes because someone asked this question that I was really excited about, and I thought I'd let Jay work on the freeze thing, so it wasn't just silence during the whole time. But yeah, those are some tips for myself. This is the way that I think about things when I want to learn, is that I put myself in situations so that I have to do the thing in a deadline framework where, it has to happen in a certain amount of time. And I try to involve other people in it too. So right now, Jay is involved in this too. So I know that I can't flake on this because every Tuesday we have to do the stream. Same thing for him too. So this makes it much more. So if you're starting out and maybe you're not at this level that you can do this type of stuff, you can reach out to a friend and go like every week we can do a Zoom call or Discord or whatever where we do this thing, okay? Keep each other accountable, and you put it in your calendar and you show up and you do that. These things make it much more likely for you to do it versus if you're by yourself all the time and you're just relying on your discipline to just go through stuff by yourself, right? Always have a specific goal in mind. Today, I'm doing 30 minutes of Roblox Studio, making this very specific thing. And I am successful if I'm able to publish it and anyone can play this specific thing, which can just be a little trampoline that you get to jump on when you touch the block that we did today. All right. So, good way to correct your yes, I appreciate that. Also, I gave a free animation script in chat. Oh, someone Rob gave a freeze animation script in chat apparently.
Mhm.
So if you
Yeah,
want to
it's
look at that.
I saw it. It's basically the same thing that I was doing,
Hmm.
and for some reason, it's not exactly working as I expected it to.
Okay.
But, uh, Yeah, I'll come back to this. I
Yeah,
think
yeah. I
there's
think we
probably
can
something
jump
very
over it. I
stupid
think
that
I think it's a good demonstration of real coding. Actually, it doesn't
Mhm.
always work perfectly, so that's good.
Yeah.
AI Roy says, "Can I share some stuff that I learned?" Absolutely, you can do that. AI Roy, share anything that you want to share with the rest of us about learning things and all that. It's a good advice coming from you because you're earlier in your journey. 3 months. You're more at the level of me, I guess, because I'm also learning Roblox Studio. It hasn't been that many months. So, okay. So, Jack, when you're going through arrays, you don't need to use I pairs or pairs. Mm,
Yeah, I pairs and pairs is just for, like, an organization and stuff. So if you do I
mhm.
pairs, it basically gets anything random it gets the random elements from the array, but pairs,
Yeah,
it basically organizes it, gets it from, like, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
nice.
So
Yes.
it doesn't matter if I use it or not use it here.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just write this AI Roy. I think when I was saying Jay, you heard Jack, which I totally understand.
Mhm.
So his name is Jay. I put it in the comment because I was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
writing, like reading like Jack code, and I was like, huh, what does
Mhm.
that mean? Maybe that's a Roblox Studio thing. But I totally got that. Okay, let's go back to the main thing then, and
Mhm.
let's do something else. So we got about like 15 minutes left.
Mhm.
Um, let's see here. So um let's look at some of the stuff that other people were asking in the beginning. So we already looked at the freeze thing. We kind of got it to work, and then there's the 2000 backflips thing.
Mhm.
Is there a way for you to show like a backflip with a part, or is that not possible in a couple of minutes?
Yeah, backflip with a part, yeah. Let's
Or
try
is that
that.
what or with a humanoid?
Well, with the humanoid, so okay, I'll explain this very simple. So,
Mhm.
with the humanoid, if I alter any property of, so okay, I'll show this right here. Hold on. So if I play, right now I'm playing, and then I go back to script. I hope I can do this. Hold on. Because the UI for Roblox changed, so I want to be able to
Mm.
go to Untitled and oh, maybe it's here. Yeah, there you go. Ooh, where am I? So there you go. That's where I'm. So this is an actual player instead of the game right now, right?
Mhm.
And if I change any like positional or rotational value of something called the humanoid root part, it should reflect also the on the player. So I'm gonna rotate it, and oh, it's not
Oh,
exactly
okay.
gonna work, right? But you can see it's kind of bent now.
Mhm.
And if I go back and play it, uh, to, oops, and now my humanoid is kind of like
Ah,
weird, but there's you can also do it through an animation,
okay.
and it's just manipulating the part inside of the character in a specific way where
Yeah.
it's like welded to the
Mhm.
humanoid root part, and then you
Yeah.
just rotate it. You change like the rotation,
Yeah.
and it should work that
We're
way.
we're gonna have to do another one on just animation. If you have any suggestions for like streams that want to focus on one part of Roblox Studio, feel free to put it in
Mhm.
the comments. AI Roy asks, could you make a part look at a character? So I guess what he's saying is that if a character is moving around, can you make the part move around so that that's kind of fixed to where the character is going?
Yeah, no, that's
Like,
actually very simple.
okay, I'll give you 3 minutes on that too. Then,
All right.
okay, timer started. So AI Roy is saying you can just load animation and play it in a while loop.
Oops. There we go. And so now it directly pointed at me, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the part so that it does it in a while loop. Yep. So now we have a part that's constantly looking at me at all times. Do you see this part
Uh,
moving?
yeah, can you show that again? Oh, yes. Awesome, that works. Can you show us like what you did?
Yeah, so what I did was there's something inside of a C frame, one function which is
Mhm.
called look at,
Look at,
which just creates a certain like position and orientation
uh-huh.
for the specific part, and I can put in like where it should look at. So here it's looking at the player's like humanoid root part, which is the main part
Mhm.
of the player, and yeah, and you just keep it at whatever position. So I could change this position too to be um at the player's humanoid root parts position. So it's going to be kind of attached to the
All
player
right.
as well.
Nice. AI Roy is asking, nice. Is there a reason you use weight rather than task dot weight?
Uh, task.weight is usually the better one to use here, but it doesn't really matter right now because I'm just kind of speed running this. And if
Mhm.
you use weight or task weight, it makes a negligible difference. Task weight is specifically for this script. Well, weight is I think it's for it's a bit different than task weight. It's not specifically for this running thread or for this running script.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. All right. So, um, maybe we can like we got a couple minutes left. Like, if you
Mhm.
can, I'm gonna come up with a request of mine now. Um, can you maybe show us a little bit on storage in Roblox Studio. Like, for example, if you're making a simple obby and you
Mhm.
go from one block to the next block or the beginning to the end, whatever it is,
Mhm.
whatever we
Mhm.
define, is there a way to, like, for example, we were talking earlier about getting the whole how many seconds it took them to run from one to the other? And
Yeah.
where can that be stored? Is there
Mhm.
like some sort of database object? I know a lot of this can be a little bit too complicated, but if you can
Mhm.
also maybe just explain how this stuff works.
So if you want it to be saved for even when you join the game back, right?
Mhm.
You would use something called the data store service, and Roblox provides that. It's a little bit complicated to explain,
Mhm.
but it's very simple. What it does is basically you can make I'll explain in simple terms. You can
Mhm.
make a table instead of Roblox's, servers, and it's gonna be stored there indefinitely forever until of course, you forget the name of the data store or the game dies down or whatever. But, once you make that table, you can retrieve values from that table and update that table with new values, and then you can use those values to display it in people's, screen or whatever. And, usually what people do is every single player inside of Roblox has an individual ID, username ID,
Mhm.
and you use that username ID to reference that player's data. So I can make, so let's say we have the table right here, right? So let's just say this is the table. This is like Roblox's table. It's empty right now.
Mhm.
But what I would do is I would, have the player ID and is equal to, it has all the values that I wanted to have. So it could be name, time, speed run time, right? And then what I can do is I can ask data store service to give me all the values for this player ID, and it's going to give me this table. And then inside of scripts, I can use this. So this is like a string, it's just like a name, right? So I can
Mhm.
use this to do whatever I wanted. So for the speedrun time, I can update it, or I can just display it on your best time, your best score was, and you can update this and all of that. So that's how it works in like simple layman terms.
Mhm.
But yeah, like when you use it inside a data store service, there's like get async, set async, and also there's a lot of better modules, like profile service, profile store that people have made, which basically wraps data store service inside of that and makes it a little bit easier to use for and more efficient to use as well.
Mm,
But for basic projects, and Roblox has improved data store service a lot, so you can use data store service for those projects. But bigger, like larger games with millions of players, um, there's people that use profile store or profile service for their games. It's just much more reliable than data store.
awesome. Okay, so AI Roy has a very good question that we can end on. He says, "Okay, so before the stream ends, could I get some tips from Jay? So any like learning Roblox Studio tips from you?"
So what I used to do when I started learning out was, there's I'd read through the documentation, and I would, um, they were very easy to understand, most of them. So like position, rotation, orientation. If there's something new that I came across, like when I was like scripting like 3 or 4 years back, I saw something called IK control, inverse kinematics, and I was very interested in that. I was like, wait, what is that? This sounds very cool. So I just went on the documentation page, and I read all about it. I couldn't understand it. So what I did was, to make myself understand it, I thought of a way that I could use this inside of a game through the little understanding that I had. And when I used it, like to make something a little bit more complex. So I had this idea where I would use inverse kinematics to, make it so that you kind of move your arms based on where you move your mouse. So, and when I did that through IK, inverse kinematics, it was like I understood all the properties and what they did, because sometimes these properties are not self-explanatory like they are with the names like transparency, color, material, or whatever. And also with C-frame. C-frame was a little bit hard for me to understand. What I like to do is I like to go in the depth of it and just try to understand like the foundations of it first, and then go on, and everything else is like kind of self-explanatory. But obviously not everyone is like me. So but what I would recommend you to do is like something that every Roblox studio developer that I've ever met does, is make small projects. Like even if it's like part of a game, make those small systems, challenge yourself, and don't stick with the easy things like tutorials and whatnot. You can find many tutorials nowadays, and they just tell you to copy paste the script, or just give you a script. And there's AI too. You can just copy paste the script, but that doesn't really help you to understand like how it actually all connects together. You know, once you start to understand, the only way that you can really understand how you know Roblox Studios scripts speak with each other is by taking the challenge and like doing it yourself without the help of, and you can use Google and documentation. That's fine. You can use AI for help, but usually AI pretty much gives you the answers all the time, and sometimes it's very wrong too. um, but yeah, just reading through it, like reading through the dev forums as well, like people in Roblox, whenever, just like Stack Overflow, there's dev forums in Roblox, and people there are very smart. Uh, I used to go on there and to try and learn about C-frames, and instead of learning about C-frames, I learned a bunch of other tips that I wouldn't have been able to learn if I just read the documentation or went on a YouTube video or just ask AI something simple. Those extra things, they add up over time, and you kind of have this like database of like knowledge and tools, and once you get the practice of like using those tools, you don't it's very easy to like learn a new tool, and you're like, okay, wait, I've used this in this way before, I could try with this, and you just make something new that no one has ever made before. Or you just come up with a solution to a problem that someone hasn't before, or a better way to that solution, right? And so that's basically what would differentiate you from just following tutorials and everything like that. But practice is the most important, and obviously watching other people implement stuff that you want to try to implement, and then like trying to one up them and trying to make something a little better, like challenging yourself. So you've watched these tutorials, right? Like you watched the stream today, you can try and make it better, even like visually trying to make it better. That's a challenge in itself. And just making it look visually better. There's so many small things that you can do in between that I didn't do, or yeah, just those kinds of things altogether. But that's what I would recommend. But obviously, everyone has a different way of learning, and a lot of people just learn through practice and doing something and being told what to do, because it's really hard to find a problem as well to be able to challenge yourself. I was fortunate enough to, be experienced with games because I played so many games, and uh, I can just think of a game like a specific system, and because I had that experience of like being able to break systems down into small pieces, I was able to think of just challenges for myself that I could try to do without the help of YouTube or AI itself.
Yeah. AI Roy has a comment. So, for example, in my course, I'm working on a zombie game. After, do I try to add new systems for that game?
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what type of zombie game you're making. If you're following like a course tutorial, I would recommend you follow it first. You try to make the exact same thing like that course is trying to teach you. And then in between, if it just sparks your interest, if you want to learn to, maybe do something that the course isn't teaching you to do, if it's something that you think you can do, then you try to figure out a solution for yourself um, by Google or something like that, and try to understand how that works and implement it, and then like keep following and trying to make whatever you're trying to make.
Mm. Excuse me. Okay, we have to end now. But thank you so much for everyone joining, and also Jay, of course. I think this was good to stream. Finally, I
Mhm.
think we've gotten things to work quite well. So I'm excited to look through the video and extract out some good little pieces of content that you'll see on YouTube and maybe Twitch as well. I have to learn more about how the platform works. But thank you so much, everyone joining, and also let us know if this is a good day for a stream like this, because I kind of just randomly set it to Tuesday. But maybe there's a better time that you think. Is it better to have it on Thursdays instead, or a little later in the day? I mean, of course, we're talking to a global audience, so let us know about that too, because over time we can also change the timing, I guess. But yeah, thanks for everyone joining. Hamat Basaran and Acid Ridicule something something, AI Roy and Roy before that. Will Thursdays maybe, AI Roy says. Okay, maybe a little later in the day, earlier, same time. I don't know. I think maybe this is a little early for some people. I guess we can't please everyone, but you can always see the full recording of this on the platform that you are watching us on. And also, we'll post some videos soon, shorter videos as well. So, yeah, that's all for today. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.